Hey, how are you, everybody? How's everybody doing now? Hope everybody's having a great night. Mhm. So let's see what can we talk about today. Well, I can say that it's hot here. You know, I have myself a cold drink right now. Hey, hello, Carla. How are you? Thanks for coming. Yes, yes. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta turn on my lights here because I'm stuck here. Right back in a second. Oh, I'm doing good, Carla. Thanks. Let's see. Where's my phone here? Oh, here it is. Here's my telephone. Mhm. Yeah, I'm on my computer. Uh, I use my phone to get into the uh to YouTube, waiting for my phone to start. Had it off. Uh, I don't know. I mean, not everybody's like tonight. I don't know. Well, usually Dory shows up any minute right now. Looking up for something here. Let's see. Okay. Sort of Colorado. I'm looking for a story to tell. Hey, what's up, Colt? Here we go. Okay. It was back in the 1920s during the era of Prohibition in the city of Tijuana, Mexico. There was a showgirl named a showgirl who falls in love with a rich gambler. So the story is that the wealthy gambler knew that the showgirl knew a lot of the wealthy gamblers that would come into the casino, and he would tell her if she can help him out, so they can scam some of these guys who gamblers. They were saying that. So what they so the pro so what they started doing like a scamming a lot of gamblers in the casino. at the time. So one day, the wealthy gambler and then the showgirl got into an argument. She got so mad that she hid the money. hmm So when the gambler found out where the money where she hid the money, the man the man the man actually murders the showgirl. And legend has it that the showgirl can be seen around that site where the casino was once. That now is a high school right now. A high school that my brother actually graduated there. Mhm. Okay, let's see if I can get a. Well, I think I'm going to tell you guys a story again. There was years ago. There was a young girl by the name of Enriqueta Keel, who was from a wealthy family. She falls in love with a boy you know, who's from a lower class. Hey, Lenky, how are you? Thanks for coming. She falls in love with a boy with a excuse me, um, with somebody from a lower class. The father finds out about it, and he freaks out and tells her not to see the boy ever again. She she the girl couldn't take it. She went inside her room and didn't want to come out because she wanted to be with the man that she was in love with. That's all she wanted. That's all she wanted. She stayed in her room for days, but unfortunately, she was afflicted by a terrible disease that nobody knows what it is. The girl dies of love and said in her suicide in her dying letter said, "I will I will come someday. I will come back to this world and find and marry the man that I love." The girl was buried in cemetery number one, which is still there. Let's go to what. So years later, this what happened. So what happened was that the girl couldn't rest in peace. Years later, sometimes in the back in 1951, a cab, a taxi driver was working the night shift one night, and when he observed, he saw a young girl dressed in a wedding outfit that asked her for a ride. So the cab driver said, "Come on, get in." She got in the car and to take her to a house on Fifth Street. Take her to a house on Fifth Street. That's where her dad lives. Okay, okay. I'll give you my ring for guarantee that I'll pay you tomorrow. Okay, when you come in and see my dad. Okay, all right. So the next day, the cab driver goes to that address at Fifth Street in Tijuana, a street that my dad used to go had a in that same street my dad used to go to. That was where he had the bank that he used to go to. I remember. And after I finish the story, I'll tell you some stories about that street that I know. So the next day, the cab driver went to that street to that house that was located at Fifth Street. He knocked the door, and this elderly man answered the door. The elderly man said, "Yes, can I help you?" Um, sorry, um, sorry to bother you, sir, but your daughter told me last night that you were going to pay me for the service, and that she let me her ring for as collateral. That the father would say, "Hey, son, is this some kind of a joke? You know, here, this is the ring. Hmm. This is kind of this is. I mean, this is. I mean, is this some kind of joke? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I don't take these kinds of jokes. Okay, sir. Look, this is the ring. Do you recognize it?" So the cab driver saw the photo of a young girl there, and she found out that the girl was dead for 20 years. 20 years had passed since the girl had died. Hey, hello, D. Johns. How are you? And I also and the cab driver also told the father, look, I also loaned her my jacket last night. Can you please no, no, sir. Yeah. And here's the one. So in that same around the same time, a young man named Juan Sarate, an immigrant from the state of Jalisco, lived in Tijuana with his cousins. He worked at a local supermarket then. So one day he got off the bus. He got off the bus route blue and white route. That's how they determine. I used to get on that route too myself. Hmm. As he walked, he approached the cemetery, and he saw this young woman standing there with uh, um, wearing the wedding dress, and told her, "Can you take me home? The Can you accompany me home?" The girl said to the young man. As they were as they reached the door, as they reached the cemetery door gate, he noticed that the young girl had walked through the gate. And when he saw that, he started to he started to freak out. He says, the guy said, "No, no, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go." No, no, no. She said, come with me." And she tried to pull his arms, and the young man tried to free himself from her, but he couldn't. He was And finally he pulled and he ran like crazy to his home, to the home where he was staying relatives with his relatives. So the poor man so the poor young man could not believe of what had happened to him, and he couldn't even talk for several days. He couldn't even talk. He was so traumatized that he decided to leave town and never come back. Yeah, some of these urban legends are it's kind of spooky in a way. Are kind of spooky. Like they have the uh, the girl that danced with the devil. They say it happened back around the Easter holiday back in 1973. There's many versions of this story. I remember talking to a lady several years ago, telling me that she knew oh, hey, what's up, Dory? And she knew the girl from the story that I'm about to tell you. Now, she knew her back then. Told me. The story goes like this. Oh, thank you, Dory. Likewise, tell her say hi. Say hi too. Okay. Here's the story. it was around the Easter holiday around 1973. A young girl wanted to go out one night around the Easter holiday to go out to a nightclub with her friends. But the mom didn't say, "No, you're not going out tonight. You're not going out, okay? You stay in here, okay? I don't want you to go out, okay? Every time you go out, oh, thank you, likewise, thank you very much. Hi to him again from me." So, the mom would tell her, "You're not gonna go out. Every time you go out, you come here the next day, and sometimes like, I mean, you warn me half to death every time you leave. Okay, stay here." The girl said, "Stay here, and you go to your room. You stay there, okay?" The girl decided, "No way, I'm going." So she sneaked up from the window and she went out with her friends at night to a nightclub. She got there. Whole place was packed. Music everywhere. The music was loud and speaking and dancing. People were dancing and everything, and everybody was having a good time like that. And suddenly she saw some mysterious. She saw this this man, mysterious man who was, to her, she would say she was the best, the most handsome man she ever saw in her entire life. The man dressed sharply, very well, with a suit, with a expensive suit and everything, and sat all alone on the table. The young girl approached the man and started talking with him, and then they started flirting. Blah 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 blah. They started having drinks. That so and so on. So the man said to the girl, "Hey, you want to dance? I mean, pretty good music on. Sure, that's good." Boom, boom, boom. They're dancing, 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 having a good time. And then and then a slow song appears, and she starts noticing something odd about that man. He saw that that his hand was very cold, and his feet were not human. Were like something like a goat feet or something. Goat feet. The girl later on saw the man's eyes, and the eyes glow like kind of like the like with fire or something. And the girl saw that, and she noticed there was a and she noticed that the man was laughing at her with a very creepy laugh. And then suddenly, uh, um, an electrical circuit or something happened. Bah! The girl collapsed and she died. And for some mysterious reason, the girl was burned beyond recognition. Everybody started running from the club, and they noticed that the man went into the bathroom, and the waiters, the workers of the nightclub, decided to go in and approach the young man. So they went to the bathroom. There was nobody there. The guy had disappeared. So that's the story of the girl that danced with the devil. Yes, yes, that story has been going around for years. I mean, somebody told me that there's that if you go to the police, to the local prosecutor's office, Baja California prosecutor's office, they in the old archives, you can still find that that incident that happened. Somebody once told me that. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but man, I sure would like to get to know it because I knew people. Because I know people that used to work there. I mean, man, yeah, yeah, people. Yes, those stories that I tell are stories from my hometown where I lived as a little boy. The street that the old man lived. The girl's father. That street was. That, I mean, I know that street like the back of my hand. I mean, as a kid, my dad's bank was there. But one time, we used to go to the bank on that same street. Um, there used to be this pizza place years ago that sold some of the greatest pizza there, and there was a movie theater then called the Gran Cinema Theater that was saw a lot of movies there. The last movie I saw there was actually the original Rocky. I saw there the last time I saw the original Rock there. Yeah, yeah, man, those days gone, gone. To this day, every time you know, I I see those streets and I go, they have always, freaked me out. I don't know why. Is it because the stories that surround those streets, and also uh, why why do you have, take for example, why do you have, let's see, why do you have you always hear this story that they have a liquor store in every corner, okay, but over there they have three funeral homes in a not even a mile radius, but in about let's see, let's see, sorry, let's see, block, okay, should we block this way? Okay, block, okay, Sixth Street. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Okay, that's Seventh Street. One, two blocks. Okay, they have in a 5 block radius. They have three three funeral homes. They have it in that same. Can you believe that? God, in three funeral homes they have. And to this day, it still freaks me out every time I go there. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put the link right now. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there's a link right now if anybody wants to come up. Hey, hello, Dory.
Hi. Hey, give me 1 second.
Okay.
I was
What?
my grandson. I was with my grandson all day today. I'm really tired. He wore me out, but he took the camera off my computer and it fell in the back.
Okay.
I wanted to. It came up black, so I was like, "What?" Oh yeah, and then I remembered he knocked the camera off. So
Okay.
put it back on while I think of it. Otherwise, I'll forget about it tomorrow.
Okay.
There. Yeah. So yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. We went scooter riding, bike riding. He showed me all the bugs on the sidewalk. He's 3. So
Oh yeah. All the bugs.
all the bugs.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, he
Well,
probably
look at
likes
that one.
bugs.
I said, drive over him with your scooter. It's like, no. I said, well, then step on him. I was the grandma telling him how to, you know, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some wrestling. We did all kinds of stuff. Grandma's tired.
Oh my gosh,
It only took me 2 hours to get him to take a nap.
Oh my god, that's. Oh my god.
Like I said, he looks like an angel, but no. He even sounds like an angel when he talks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
But yeah, he's like what you call a triple threat. He's smart, good looking, and cute, and what's the other thing? I forget whatever the other thing is.
Oh, smart, tough, I guess.
Oh yeah, super strong.
Yeah, super strong. Yeah, that's right. Tough, yeah, strong. Yeah. Look at something. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can look at something here on my phone. Just a second.
Are you gonna show us a video?
No. Look at something.
Are you gonna read something?
No. Just want to look at something up like that. No, nothing.
Lanky never comes on panel ever.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've never seen her on panel. I wish she would sometime, but like I kind of get it that she doesn't.
Oh, there's people like that. Don't go on panel. There's people, and there's and there's also, I don't know if I ever seen that, but in some other communities, there's people that that go to channels just to be mods. That's it.
Yeah, like I'm a mod on a few channels, but it's not a requirement for me. Like some people just want to be mods. They do. They like that position. To me, it's like I'll do it, but I'm not trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the creepy thing is sometimes somebody comes in and then somebody just comes in and says, "Could I have a wrench?" And you said, "What? Who are you?"
That's a little weird. I've never had anyone do that to me because I'm I'm pretty new on my channel. But yeah.
Oh, I seen it happen. I seen it happen for
I've seen
a
it
friend of
happen
mine.
a lot.
Yeah, they come from they come from out of nowhere. You don't know who they are, and they say they want to. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like they're like a sock account.
Yeah.
and they just want to come in and raid your
Yeah.
raid your people. So what they can do is, after you've gone offline, they can go into all of your comment sections, right, from all your
Yeah.
videos, and look at
Okay.
who made comments, and then block them from your channel.
Yeah.
All
Blocked them. Hey, what's up, Cole?
Hey,
Yeah.
¿cómo se va?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Well, yeah, it's true. It's true what you were saying. It happens.
just
That's what.
leave.
That's what I heard. It was happening in some channel last week. They were like after after the stream ended, they would go back to the chats and started blocking people. I said, what?
They can go back to any video. They can go back 4 years, all the videos, and look at any comment and block
Yeah.
every single person that ever commented on a video if
Yeah.
they're a mod. Like I could
Yeah.
go to Carlitos, look at all of his stuff, and just block
Yeah.
everyone. Even if they're a mod, I can block them because
Yeah.
it's not in a comment.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, because they were in another streamer room. They found out people were doing it over it the other day. What the?
So, like early on, somebody might like take, I gave a couple people wrenches that I don't really know that well, but I don't really have many people on my channel. But say like 5 years from now, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, let me go mess with Dory. And then they can mess with me. I would never know who it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Only.
I'm back.
What's up, Cole? Hey.
Dory,
Yes, sir.
Hey,
¿cómo se
Cole.
va?
Bien.
Hey, Cole. Guess who's? Oh yes. Guess. Yes, you two speak French. How I know?
Je suis bien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cole, guess
I don't
what?
really know much French.
Merci beaucoup.
Uh,
What?
Abe hasn't gone live lately.
Well, I don't really go in his lives. So.
Where do you hang out? At G Mango?
No,
Where do you hang out?
any place.
Yeah, he comes here. He goes. He's been to. I seen him over at Carla. He goes over to. Over with Steph.
Actually, I haven't been on callers in a while. When
Oh,
I first saw she commented on my channel comments, so I came to her channel. She shouted me out. She let me on panel a few times, and after that, I never spoke to. I mean, we never really
she was on.
spoke since.
She was like.
I don't think she cares for old coach.
I think she's just on too early for you. Right? She gets hers. She starts her stream like if I go to Carla's in the morning when she used to go live, it's like 5:45 for me because I'm on the West Coast, and it's 8 o'clock or something for her. So it'd be like 7 o'clock in the morning for you, Colt. So that's probably why you don't see her.
Nah, maybe I'll be up.
Oh, really? Just not online?
She don't be speaking to me much anymore. That's what I was saying. I do see her.
Oh, she was here.
Yeah, she was here a minute ago.
Oh my God! Look who's live right now.
Ooh.
Barbie. Cool. Like you don't like her, huh, Barbie?
No, she a bitch, man.
There's a lot of like, I'm not middle-aged, Colt. I hate to tell you this. I'm not middle-aged. I'm elderly. But there's a lot of middle-aged women that are really hard to get along with.
Yes, I see them.
On the YouTube. Yeah. They're very hard to get along with.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's true. All of them. There's a lot of them.
I've always been easy to get along with, but now that I'm elderly, I'm like super easy to get along with.
Oh, man. Oh, man. the people that I seen around in on that I've been in other communities. She had she had the other Barbie on Vegas Barbie with her.
I talk to a middle-aged woman every other day, pretty much. You know what
Who,
that is, Uncle?
your wife?
No.
Oh, you see, yeah.
Every other day. Who would you talk to that's middle aged every other day? Your nurse?
Carlos knows. He should be on my channel a lot.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
YouTube friend.
yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I know her. Yeah, Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, she's yeah, she hangs over. Yeah, she hangs over at the Barbies.
What you mean, my wife? I'm only in my 20s. I ain't going up with no 40 year old.
Yeah, I forgot. You're just youngin'. Just a little whippersnapper.
Where I seen Vegas. Oh my God! Look at all this. What? Yeah. Well, she hangs over there at Barbie. Oh, over at the. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's over there.
Barbie girl tried to be really racist to me one time, and it just none went good for her. It was, I mean,
Yes, I heard about that. I wasn't even in the community yet, but I heard about that.
Well, that's one of the traits that makes it difficult to get along with people is when they're racist. You know, those people are hard to get along with. They think one way only.
I was talking over her, but everybody else heard her, and she tried to call Coach the N word. Like that wouldn't have got you somewhere. Oh, that's a dumbass woman. And then she went on stream saying it like multiple times. I wasn't there for it. Evil, heinous, hate, but he was there for it. Carl knows about it.
Yeah. Well, when that happened, I wasn't even in the community, but I know. But I seen that stream. I know. I heard about it.
Yeah, this is like it's a very interesting American problem. This racism, the way they use words around here that are racist, where there's actually no point to using them. They're archaic. They don't mean anything anymore, but it's still they use them the way they used to be used. If you see what I'm saying, these people are like back in the 1800s with their mentality.
Yeah. That's how they want to live. That's how they do. They rather live back in the days
Like, what is even the point? Do they have a point? Like, what is it? Just
It feels like they better and they're not.
I think they just want to piss people off. Like, what's the real motive?
Well, they're mad because the days of white privilege and stuff is over.
But is it? I'm just kidding.
Pretty much.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Black person.
it
He
is.
go in a fancy restaurant, eat steak and lobster like a white man. he could be in that restaurant. He could be doing jazz like Frank Sinatra and all that.
You're terrible. It's funny. When I was living in Las Vegas, I lived in Berkeley Square, which is the historical part of Las Vegas that they built specifically for Black entertainers before they were allowed to go to the casinos and stay in the hotels. They were allowed to entertain, but they weren't allowed to enter into the front door. So it was like basically pretty much a completely Black neighborhood that was built in the 50s.
Those were the days, huh?
Yeah, well, they had to do something, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but that's really the only reason why it's historical, because there's like there's actually actual meaning for the existence of the neighborhood. And all the houses were designed by a black architect, as a matter of fact.
That's interesting.
So, but
Hold on. Then.
I moved out of there.
You know, Red Fox. You know that comedian, huh?
Yeah, the one that's always calling for his wife and saying he's having a heart attack.
He had a house in Las Vegas.
Oh, did he?
Liberace did today.
Oh yeah, and Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, he still lives out there.
And Wayne Newton.
Yeah, he lives out there.
Who else?
Las Vegas ain't nothing but a city for gambling. They don't call it the city of sin for none. I mean, it's a city where you could fulfill those guilty pleasures.
Right. Like you can still smoke in the casino there, but a lot of places don't allow smoking in their casinos.
Oh man.
I mean, you know what? If it was like the old days where most people smoked and there weren't a lot of non-smokers around to complain about it,
Right.
Even doctors were smoking. They'd be smoking Camels and all that.
I think it's funny, that the non-smokers complain so much because most of them don't tip and don't gamble.
They don't have fun. They just politically correct.
That's right.
And it's just boring and a waste.
Well, I wouldn't say they're a waste. They have some uses.
Yeah, like they could be teachers. They could teach you all that bullshit about.
Yeah,
it's nice to be nice.
Yeah, but many of them
social workers.
Well, yeah, but many of them are not are people that are like to, they have hobbies, but one thing they don't have, they don't have a social life.
Like look at Family Feud back in the '70s, and look at it now. You had Richard Dawson, now you got Steve Harvey. Richard Dawson kissed all the females on the show. After he left, they banned that shit. Even Steve Harvey like, you nowadays you put your lips on somebody, you won't have no lips. Richard Dawson, he was a lucky motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I mean it's different today. But back then it was a whole different ballgame.
It wasn't a big deal. Like they did a lot of kissing in movies. They don't.
Yeah, Richard Dawson be even kissing little girls. And like if you're a woman, she a female,
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of kissing in movies now. You don't see.
Yeah, they got a lot of wang dang and doodle and stuff.
Yeah, with no kissing.
Yeah, they like to They like to just fuck each other. Right. Yes. They gross, man. And
right.
What a candy ass generation.
I usually fast forward through those parts. It's so boring. It's like they're done that. Let me fast forward.
Or people be like, we gonna get hammered. We're gonna hit them. They're gonna hit the club with them girls, man. Lame. Like my grandmother, they be like, they go in the bar room, they play poker, 5-card stud, and all that. Then they be drinking, and they smoking cigars and stuff like they did back in the old days. You know that?
I used to be a poker dealer, right?
Yeah. Then they hit up the chicks.
But I also used to play poker in Louisiana, as a matter of fact. You know where Kinder is?
Yeah.
I used to go up to Kinder, play poker.
Is it Kinder or Kinner?
No, Kinder.
Yeah. I was about to say Kinder's right by the mall.
I'm just trying to think of the name of the casino. I can't.
What I don't get is you go on the highway there. There's gas stations, fast food joints, rest stops. And after, you see some other restaurants, some hotels.
Oh, I remember.
And besides all that, they got casinos. They got even like mobile casinos and all. I'm like, what the fuck?
I just remembered the name of the casino. It's Kashada. It's the Indian band casino.
Yeah.
They have a rodeo up there. They have all the things, right? So I used to go up there to play poker, and a lot of the old dudes that used to play at Isle of Capri and Lake Charles, used to say, "Dora, you're so lucky." I'm like, I'm not lucky. I just know what I'm doing. I play the player, not the game. You know, people don't know what I know about cards and life, and money. If I'm in a game, I'm there to win. I'm not there to, be nice.
Hold on. Hey,
Yeah.
hello. Hey, hello, Rainey. What's up?
Hi.
I know one that I could drink a Dr. Pepper right now.
So anyway, so this one girl that knows me, she's a dealer. She's not a very good poker player. She'd always ask me advice, and she goes, "You don't understand. Dory doesn't want to take your money. She wants to take all your money." And that's the truth, because I would play it so that there would be the maximum amount of chips in the pot before I took them all. I would just like dangle the carrot, dangle the carrot. People thought they were like winning. Nope, you're not winning. I'm just letting you think you're winning. So, like, I was one of those poker players that would take all the money. I wasn't satisfied with a few dollars. I want all your money, or forget it. I'm not playing.
Yeah, you got about 10 grand or what?
No, I didn't play big games like that. I did play a couple tournaments like that, but no, I mostly played small tables
Wait, so you got 500.
or more. I got $2,000 once.
Nah, that's more like it.
I like to take all the money.
You go hit up them slots.
No, slots are for chumps.
Slots?
Yeah, you're not. Slots are how the casino makes their money. They don't make money on poker.
No.
Yeah.
What about craps? Or
One day I'm gonna take the time to learn how to play. Great way to get some money.
I think with poker you have to have the right instincts for it, for that type of game. You really do. It's more than just cards.
Yeah, I know. I have them instincts. I know how to be slick and stuff.
You do, okay.
what the math? Like this.
Don't get
I'm
on a
even
table
slick with my humor.
Don't get on a card table with me, Carl. I'll take all your money.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, she'll take all your pesos, Carl.
All of them. Every single one, and you'll be like crying.
You have to go back to old Al Paso. We're like, oh, I lost all my pesos.
It's not from
And I ain't
El
got no chips and salsa.
No, it's just that's how it was for me because I did it. I mean, I had a job, but I also had children, so I had to supplement my income. I wasn't there to be having fun. I was there actually to make money, and I made good money.
Yeah, fuck working. You can go to casinos like any other day, every other day, and get some quick fast money.
Well, when I first gambled, the first time I ever gambled, I made $2.15. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I took my money and I went home, right? And then the next time I went, I made $20. And after 5 years, I had made $20,000 in 5 years, which is better than most gamblers make because they usually give their money plus more, right? So that's the first 5 years when I was in my 40s. So when I was in my 50s, I was like, okay, let's see if I can make some actual money now.
So how old are you now? 60?
66.
Yeah.
I started working in the casino in Lake Charles when I was 50. It was on my 50th birthday.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing for you, Dory. You're 66 and look 56.
That's funny.
Unlike Frazier, who's 66 and looks 76.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I do look younger than my age, but I know I don't look young. I just don't look. I don't look like I'm on.
I know. I know some 60. Well, yeah. I ain't gonna mention that. But wouldn't that be great? You could be in your 60s and you look like you're in your 40s.
Well, when I was in my 40s, I used to get carded for cigarettes because I have the baby face.
Oh man!
I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you?" Then they say, "Are you some kind of like teen cop or something?" I'm like, "No. What are you talking about?"
So what year were you born? 56 or?
Yep. See,
Mhm.
I got the baby face. You know what I mean?
Me and Carl, we just aged like a couple of hound dogs. We just aged like a bunch of basset hounds.
I love basset hounds. They're so cute.
Yeah, with them eyes.
And their big long ears. Remember the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yeah.
Oh, they had a, what was that? That was wasn't a basset hound. It was
Remember Smokey and the Bandit?
the bloodhound. Bloodhounds. Yeah, I remember that. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. He had that dog, Snowman, Jerry Reed. You know, he's about as crazy as you are ugly.
So, oh, Fred.
Yeah, Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, give Fred a. They were going. Fred eats like no other dog. They gave him. They bought him 2 cheeseburgers in a diner. Remember that scene, man?
Yeah.
Bert
Well,
go in the bar. He get a couple of burgers for the. He used to get that for the dog, and the sheriff went on him and said, "He didn't even. Oh, he lucky he didn't know who he was chasing after."
yeah.
He like, get me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
I'll take the Diablo sandwich, but I don't.
I look up what that was. So that's Sloppy Joe with corn in it.
Yeah, that's like
I
A
don't
weird
like
sound.
corn in my
it's
sloppy,
easy. It's actually it's easy to make that, prepare that.
but I don't like Dr. Pepper that much.
Oh yeah, I like Dr. Pepper.
I mean, it's okay. I drink the diet version. It's okay.
Drink that Royal Crown Cola.
Oh my
Right.
God, that's
Crown, RC Cola. That's pretty good. I like Tab.
That's diet soda right there.
yeah, that's yeah, that was old. Yeah, that's diet soda.
That's old school diet.
Yeah,
soda.
old school.
It's the first one ever, and
Ever.
I had it when I was, I think, 11, around 11 years old. I had a Tab, and I was like, "This is my drink." I fell in love with diet soda from that day on.
What I want to know is why do people drink diet soda? If you can't have any sugar, then just drink water.
Well, I like the taste of the diet soda, and when I drink the soda with the sugar in it, it kind
And I
of
wasn't talking about you, Dory.
oh
I was just saying in
No,
general.
well, sometimes, sometimes like like that Coke, with sugar, with no sugar, not that Diet
Mhm.
Coke, but no sugar. That Coke doesn't taste. You taste the real, the real of Coke. Taste instead of tasting the sugar. That one.
like I don't know. The only thing we had when I was a kid, the only thing that we had with sugar in it was we we had Tang, because the astronauts drank that,
Yeah, that one every time.
and it had vitamin C in it. So my mom would buy Tang. That was the only soda we ever saw. So anything that we drank that was a soda was when we were like at the beach or something. So when they started selling them those tabs at the beach, I was in love. I think this is delicious.
Well, they also have those. I remember all these sodas that you don't have no more, like Bubble Up back in
Bubble
the
wrap.
day. Yeah,
What was that? Cream soda?
no, that was like it was sort of
7
like
Up.
Sprite. Yeah, sort of like
Yeah,
Sprite.
7 Up.
I prefer 7-Up.
I don't drink any of the white colas or the
That's
white.
not white cola. That's just clear soda.
Yeah. I don't drink any of the clear ones.
Yeah.
I like
Carlo he liked that Baja Blast Mountain Dew from Taco Bell.
I
No, I
like
don't. I don't. I
Diet
don't. I don't.
Mountain Dew.
Oh, I don't like. I don't like Mountain Dew at all.
I do. I like Mountain Dew because it has a lot of caffeine, and I used to drink it before I went to work because I was graveyard, so it'd keep me awake. But the other thing I liked was, there's a drink called Squirt.
Squirt. Yeah.
So I
I
like
tell you one thing,
grapefruit,
there
diet grapefruit Squirt.
Mm.
they don't make cigarettes the way they used to. They don't make no Lucky Strikes no more or nothing. Chesterfields.
I almost quit cigarettes now. I'm down to like 3 a day. Pretty good.
And I'm just kidding. They still make them, just then you don't know where to get them at.
Maybe you can get them online.
Yeah, there's a site called USA Cigarette, and they sell stuff. They sell the classic non-filtered Lucky Strikes. Same with the Pall Mall non-filtered. You know, that come in a red soft pack.
Yeah.
They even sell Pall Mall golds that came in a gold soft pack.
You know, when I was about 15 or so in those days, they didn't card you as much, when you bought cigarettes. I mean, almost anybody can buy cigarettes back then.
I used to send my son to buy cigarettes when he was 7 years old for me. I just send him
Yeah.
to the store with $5 and say, get me some smokes. And he'd go to the store for me. They knew me and they knew him, so they knew that he wasn't trying, to buy cigarettes for himself. So they would sell him cigarettes.
Yeah, well, buy them. I remember when I was like a kid, I used to say, man, I'm gonna try every cigarette there is. I remember I would buy Carlton. I would buy a cigarette called Vintage. I don't know if you guys remember those.
Vantage.
Yeah, they have like a hole.
Oh, yeah. Right. I remember those. They had kind of like a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the
Basics.
Mm-hmm. And there was another cigarette. They had like they have like some plastic thing round on the filter. It was True. It was called True.
Well, when I was a kid, when I was in the first grade, I had this friend Patty, and she used to walk to school with me sometimes because I had a brother. Sometimes I walked with him, or sometimes I walked with Patty. And a couple of times she had some cigarettes, and she said, "I got them from my nephew because her nephew is 16 or something. He's older than her, right? She was like the child that was born later." And so I said, "No, I don't smoke. I'm 6. Of course I don't smoke, right?" And she says, "No, try them. And I said, "No, I don't want to try." She said, "Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to break this cigarette in half. You can have half, and I'll have the other half." And they were Pall Malls without the filter. Pall Mall red without the filter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget it because it was
It was
written.
in a red soft pack, right?
Yeah, it was written right on the cigarette too. Pall Mall. Right?
Said whatever particular people congregate.
What I remember also back then, if you bought any for example like Benson Hedges cigarettes or Marlboro Lights or any cigarettes that were like
And
light
Hedges
cigarettes.
were Canadian cigarettes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Or British.
no. And people used to say around me, they used to say, "Oh, now you smoking those gay cigarettes, man."
No,
Yeah.
007 smokes those. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Benson and Hedges. I remember seeing those. They had a gold pack, just like 007.
Mm-hmm. But some cigarettes, that at one time they were popular here in the U.S. Their popularity went down, but in other countries, they're very popular.
Yeah, there was a cigarette called De Maurier in Canada, and then also Black Cat, and they were actually the same cigarette, just a different packaging for a different country.
Yeah.
Because I think in America they sold them as Black Cats,
Mm-hmm.
and in Canada they sold them as De Maurier.
Mm-hmm. Because in Mexico they sell for years. I think they're still popular, but they have Raleigh cigarettes. And here back in the day,
That's American Raleigh.
Yeah, I know, but in Mexico they became very popular. The Raleigh cigarettes. They became popular because in I mean here they used to sell them here. I mean back way back, even when I was like a kid or something. But I don't think they sell them anymore. Places that maybe in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah,
And Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
yeah.
That's where they probably invented the cigarettes.
Yeah, that's where. Well, that's where Rich Life is from.
Yeah. That dude sound like a hillbilly jacko. You know, I drink my moonshine, sucking on my titties.
He doesn't drink moonshine.
I noticed there's a lot of people with Southern accents on the YouTubes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Too bad y'all don't get to join in on that fun.
Well, the other day, he was on a live stream. I think it was on. I don't know where he was. I think it was on G or something. Rich Life, and the dude was in the toilet actually when and because you can hear them when he flushed the toilet. What the?
Well, because isn't he in a van or something, or not a van, but
No, no, no.
a mobile home or a motor home?
RVs of yeah.
Yeah, when Rich Life, he was drinking some in a McDonald's cup in bed and the ice fell up.
Yeah, he likes his chicken in the can.
It's funny. Like, there's a few channels around that I don't watch anymore because they're just like they're so boring.
Gossip.
What's that?
What, gossip?
No, I don't watch them because they're the tragedy pimps, right?
Yeah, they like drama and stuff.
Yeah, they're like trying to every time there's a tragedy, they meet the whole family and they get them to come online and they make tons of money off of these people, right?
Oh, okay. You mean like Benny and all them guys?
All of those people, they're tragedy pimps, and I don't watch
You
them
know,
because they're so boring. Like,
who's as pathetic as they come? You know what YouTuber is pathetic as they come?
who's that?
Truthfully, Trisha. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
see.
I only watched her a little bit, and I went
God, that woman is
with her.
pathetic, man.
She
You're
just
right.
has so many problems. I can't even.
She was literally on Dr. Phil,
I saw
Yes,
that.
that's where she started. Yeah,
faking like she was faking her falling over.
yeah.
She literally jumped in front of somebody's car, make believe she got hit.
Well, she looked like she came from.
Going your way. You just went right in front of it.
Yeah, yes, I know.
She
But let me
jumped
tell
on
you,
that lady's car. She literally jumped on her car.
the poor woman. I mean, this poor woman looked like she came from a very
a broken home.
No. I would say a broken home. I'd say, well, maybe her past is broken home, but her husband looked like he was a pretty cool guy, and everything that looked like it was her relationship looked like it was good. But
Who's that? Her husband?
yeah, her husband at the time.
He's with this other lady called ATX now, Mrs. ATX.
Yeah. Yes,
I've seen her recently somewhere in somebody's chat.
Was that lady?
The Mrs. ATX, the one that ended up with that truthfully Trisha's husband.
Okay, was that lady? Was that the one doing videos attacking Trisha all the time?
It's possible. I didn't really get the whole story on that.
Because I remember there was some lady who was attacking her all the time, doing videos about her.
It might have been her. Yeah, it might have been her. She was after her husband for some reason, and I guess like if you're a crazy woman and you have this husband that seems to love you and everything, and then another crazy woman sees that, then that other crazy woman thinks to herself, oh, well, if he'll put up with her, then he'll definitely put up with me. And then she tries to get him, and apparently she got him. Mm-hmm. That's how that works, because there's a specific type of man that likes crazy women.
Yeah, something like crazy woman, not me. No man.
Right. And it's you can't act crazy. You either are or you aren't. You can't pretend crazy.
God, he don't like crazy women. He just have a crush on Sofia Vergara.
Who?
You have a crush from that woman on Modern Family, Sofia Vergara.
Oh, yeah, I know
Oh,
who she
she's
is.
adorable, though. Oh my gosh, of
She's
course.
adorable. No.
Yeah, she went with Al Bundy on that show. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she was.
why did Al Bundy get set up with her? They could have done better.
I don't know. I don't know why.
They
For
shouldn't
that,
have had Peggy Bundy came back on that, Katie Seagal, whatever.
for Modern
But
Family.
she was doing Sons of Anarchy, so yeah.
But no, but Al Bundy, I don't know how he got set up for that, except for that he has like a very what's the word? He's a good straight man, like for for the comedy. Because she does the comedy on that, and he does the straight part where he acts like everything's cool. He's
Did
not
you see Married with Children? He did that. Something else.
right, but also Katie Seagal was the funny one. She was the one like he's the type of a guy that a woman like that can bounce off of and make herself funnier. He has the right
Mhm.
personality. He doesn't try to upstage people. You see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't try to be funnier than her. He just helps her be funny. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why he got that role, is because he's good. He's really good at that.
Modern Family sucked ass though. That was a dumbass show, God. Oh my God, like it sucks so bad.
You know what? I never
Like
watched what was it? The other one, Married with Children. I never watched that until like years after it was over. I never saw it.
We're with children. Oh, yeah, it's true.
Everybody was like, "No, I wasn't going to let my teenage kids watch that. Are you kidding me? That's when that show was on. My kids were
I've been
teenagers.
watching that when I was 11. What you talking about?
Look, my kids are older than you then. Okay,
I was watching that when I was like 11.
right. My kids are older than you.
I was old enough to watch it, and I never watched it.
Now
I
think
don't know.
about
I
it.
just
I
never
was
got into.
66.
I
Okay.
thought you watched vintage stuff, Carl.
I watched it later. I didn't
I wa-
let my kids watch it, so I didn't see it until later.
Well, I was more. I was more. I was. I wasn't too much into that show. I was more into 21 Jump Street at that time. That show. That was my.
That was a very good show, actually, 21 Jump Street, and it was also filmed in Vancouver. So
Not a.
Yeah.
a lot of the kids that were on that show went to school with my kids, so they knew the actors.
I
They
was
knew all.
never a big fan of Johnny Depp,
I
except
still
on
don't like.
Crybaby. That was a good movie.
I still don't like Johnny Depp. I just don't like him. I don't see the attraction.
But Crybaby was a good movie though.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but okay, I believe you. Maybe
Carl
I'll.
knows about it.
Oh wait, maybe I did see. The movie that I saw with Johnny Depp was the one where he was an author and he went to cabin and he like wrote somebody else's story and they were trying to sue him. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Anyway, I accidentally watched it twice, but
Oh, he's made a lot of movies with Johnny Depp.
like I
I know
never,
one thing.
I've never,
I never cared for Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've never seen it. Never wanted to see it.
I saw it. Let me tell you something. I saw it and I walked away. I
I
didn't
never
see the
want,
whole thing.
I never wanted to see Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm like not into that type of Disney fantasy stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just not
Yeah.
into it.
Something about. Something about. Speaking about pirates. I mean, I'm going to say something. Pirates in real life were, they were just like. I mean, they were just like the modern gangsters of today. They were cold-blooded killers. They were not heroes as the movies point them.
Oh, did they make the pirate out to be a hero
No, well,
in Pirates
It's
of the
like we
Caribbean?
out to sea and we're on a search for land to take over.
Yeah, whatever.
yes, but in real life, pirates were like the
That's not
gangsters
a
of
real
today.
pirate. But let me tell you, the pirate that influenced me the most when I was a child was from Peter Pan,
Yes,
Captain
that's a
Hook.
different story. Yeah, yes, that's
Captain Hook, and he
Captain
was
Hook.
a bad
That's
guy, and he was portrayed correctly as a
yeah,
bad
yes,
guy.
yes. This is yes, okay, yes, but we're never going to see a real movie about pirates. The real like how what they were because you always
Real
have this
pirates
hush
are really
puppy.
scary. Let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah, no,
You know,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We got the real story because they're just
because
Pirates
like
you're
are
out. Think about it. You're
pirates
out
are
in that
awful. Huh?
ocean when you're out in that ocean and there's nothing as far as the eye can see, a bad person can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing but
just like
water.
they're just like the
And they do.
gangsters of
If
today.
you run into a bad person, you're out in the ocean, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, just
Have
like
you
the
ever,
gangsters of today.
between Mandeville and New Orleans, there's this big old, they call it a lake, but it's, once
Lake
you
Pontchartrain.
get halfway into it, it's like you're
It's
none but
Lake
ocean.
Pontchartrain, right?
Yeah, Lake Pontchartrain. How you know about it?
Because I drove from Lake Charles to New Orleans over Lake Pontchartrain right after the hurricane. Like actually
There.
a year after the hurricane, a year after Katrina. I mean, there were still empty houses. I drove through New Orleans. There was houses with their front doors open, and you could see the old furniture rotting in there.
Yeah, and the
They're empty
walls
houses.
caved in.
Yeah, they even brought people from New Orleans. They even brought them here to.
I was there for those. I was there for Katrina. I was there for Rita. I was there for Ike and Tina.
Ida.
Yeah, you remember Ike?
Yeah.
There was Ike. There was. I was down there. I was down there from 2005 to 2010, and they
Well,
had
New
a
Orleans,
lot. They had a lot of hurricanes during that
New
time.
Orleans finally got back on his feet.
That's kind of strange because I remember the Katrina happened around the beginning of the
It was
of
September.
September. Yeah, September the beginning, and in about a month and a half before that or something, I was talking to an old I was talking to an old friend, and his wife was telling us that they were dead right after because it was actually on my 20th high school reunion at that time I was over there, and his wife was telling me that they were going to go to a wedding into New Orleans actually in the coming weeks. I'm not sure if they went to that same week or that week or something. I guess I don't know. Yeah. They were going to go to New Orleans. Wedding.
Well, when I went to New Orleans, they had that. I went there the day they reopened the French Quarter after Katrina, and I didn't know. I didn't know that was happening. It just was a coincidence for me, right? And so when we got downtown, when we got to New Orleans, I saw Harrah's, and I found a parking lot close to Harrah's. It was the only free parking in New Orleans, and I just left my car there, and then we just started walking around and stuff.
Yeah,
I went
French Quarters is it's great. Just stay away from Bourbon Street.
we went to French Quarter first. I got my hair done, everything. I had some fun down in the French Quarter, and then
Eat some beignets for breakfast.
I actually let me
Cigar
think.
Factory.
I went, but then I did go to Bourbon Street later. But they didn't have any of. It was a disappointment because all of the good bands were gone. They were like evacuated and hadn't come back yet. So they just all these clubs were hiring whoever, anybody who could play the guitar could play, at their club because there was really no people still in New Orleans. There's a few tourists. It wasn't that busy, really. So I didn't see it the way other people saw it. And then I knew what it used to be like. There was no street people. There was no like street players or any of that going on. None of it. And I drove through Mississippi. Has got to be have the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen.
Yeah, sure beat Texas.
Oh yeah, the Mississippi's beaches are awesome.
Yeah, they say about Texas, everything's bigger, but everything's not better.
Right. Well, although I almost bought a piece of property in Galveston. Galveston is pretty cool.
I like Natchez.
What? Nacogdoches?
No, it's Natchez.
It's called Nacogdoches.
Well, beach.
No, I'm talking about Mississippi. It's called Natchez, Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. I was thinking of
I want to talk about Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Mm,
Natchitoches, yeah, Nacogdoches.
that sounds like
That's where they have the Christmas
That's
light.
where they film Still Magnolias in that.
Natchitoches. But they also have every year they have the Christmas lights in Natchitoches.
Oh, okay.
So people
Nice fucking town.
go
Yeah.
up there just to look at the lights at Christmas time. Look,
What a nice town.
I don't know the name of the town, but I was driving from Shreveport back to Lake Charles, and I had to stop to buy a carton of cigarettes because I saw the sign. It said like $10 a carton. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Like, let me stop here. And I get in there, and literally there's a lineup. It's a little store, right? And there's a lineup to get cigarettes. And everybody in the store looked like they were like cousins, brothers, sisters, whatever.
Inbred.
I'm like, what's going on here? And they're all short, and I'm short. I'm 5'2", and they're all shorter than me, right? And I'm like, what's going on here? And she says, yeah, we're all related.
Yeah, they were like inbreds, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It is a real thing. It is real. Everybody in that town's related.
Did they have any Marlboros for $10?
I got Camels. That's
What
I
kind?
got.
Non-filtered?
I got Camel wides.
I still remember where you could buy a carton of cigarettes for
$10. In Louisiana, you can buy them for $10 all the time, especially Camels.
Not in this neck of the woods right here.
You know that? Now you can buy them for $10.
$10 a carton. I never paid more than $13, $14 a carton ever in the last 20 years. Now I've almost quit smoking because
I thought cartons be like $60 to $80 a carton.
maybe in Canada, not where I come from. I was in Louisiana.
I mean, look how cigarettes are packed. I mean, it costs like $12.
You see, you have to know where to go. And I'm just like, I smoke cigarettes the same way I play poker. I'm going to take all your money.
Cool.
Cigarettes must be 25 cents down there like they were in the 30s. Maybe you got to go in a small town and get them.
Yeah, I went to small towns and also
All towns are the best. Ain't they?
Even in Houston, when I lived in Houston, there's certain brands, and usually Camels, where you could get them for $10 a carton at gas stations. All the gas stations sold them so that you would buy your gas there. And gas was cheap when I was there. It was like $1.70 a gallon.
Well, it's always cheaper there.
Yeah, because you're near the refinery.
Yeah.
I miss all that. What I don't miss, actually, there's not much that I don't miss. Is those love bugs. You know what those are?
Yeah.
You know what
Only
they're-
Italian people believe in them love bugs.
Those things are disgusting. You get all over your car.
I thought you said love bites.
No, bugs. They're bugs. They float in the air, and they're having sex in the air, and then they get smashed onto the hood of your car.
If you think that's ugly, you should don't ever look at snakes mingling with each other.
Oh, I know what shit they are. They call them pissers in Mexico.
Oh, you have them in Mexico too?
Yes, there's these like I think
They're
Well, they're-
soft and squishy, and they get smashed onto your car.
well, the ones I'm talking, they're the ones that during the summer months, they, in some places in Mexico, they, they hang, they come out at night. These insects.
And they only come around certain times of year. It's not all year long.
Yeah.
Maybe for 3 weeks, and I don't know when.
Yeah, and these insects, they say they have a liquid and they
They
spit on you, and it stinks like hell. Psh.
Oh,
yeah, they
really?
smell like under cheese or something.
They call them pissers in Mexico.
But
Well,
hey Dory.
what?
Yeah.
So you live in a state, right?
Yeah.
North or south?
Right now I'm in Southern Cal.
Well, I'll call y'all in the same area.
Like me, yeah.
Yeah, for now, but I'm probably going to New
Glenn
Jersey.
was up here. We'll be matching buddies right now.
Who's that?
You know Glenn Lambert. He was up here before.
Yes,
All knows about him.
But Eden's like north of you.
You know, I'm in Thibodeau. He's in Shreveport. We're in Louisiana.
Oh, Thibodeau's. There's like story. They have jokes about Thibodeau's, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you listening, or am I talking to myself now?
Oh no, listen. I can imagine because I heard jokes also about other
They
teams.
have jokes about Thibodeau's.
you know,
It's another family name.
yes, it kind of reminds me. In Mexico, there was this. There's this town called Acaponeta, which is in this. It's in the northern part of the state of Nayarit. Back in the day, if people saw you with your zipper on zip, they'll say you, "Hey, come on, man, where do you come? Are you coming from that city, Acaponeta?" People would say, "You come from that city, you zip? You coming from Acaponeta? Put your zipper up." People used to say. I don't know where they got that from. You know, it's funny. I saw this video where they show this, where they had these two guys. They were driving around a certain village in Mexico. They were saying, "Oh, look at that! Look at this! It's pretty cool." And then they came upon this bar, and he says, "Look at that! Remember back in the day? That used to be our headquarters. We used to go there every time, but not anymore. Not anymore. We can't go now. Now the wife will kick the shit out of us if we go there." You get it?
No, Dory, she comes from Quebec. I don't think she don't know about it.
Yeah.
I come from where?
Where you from? Winnipeg?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
That's Western Canada.
Yeah, it's near Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Fraser be at.
Say
Yeah,
that
but
again?
that's in New York.
Like
Right?
tossed salads and scrambled eggs. That's in that's Western Canada.
Yeah.
I lived in Ottawa for 4 years.
So I was talking to the white, I talked to the white Tupac yesterday. You talking about, yeah, we got lots of good food up here. I'm like, no, y'all don't. You know about fries, gravy, and cheese? And I'm like, yeah, that's the only thing y'all got.
Yeah, but didn't I tell you that mac and cheese comes from Canada?
Well, the guy who made Kraft macaroni and cheese was born in Canada.
Mac and cheese is Canadian.
Really?
Mhm.
Macaroni and cheese comes from Italy.
No, it doesn't.
Thomas Jefferson bought it from
They don't,
Italy, and
they don't have cheddar cheese in Italy. That's from Canada.
Isn't it?
Well, he bought just the pasta, but cheese that comes from here.
Yeah, the cheese comes from Canada. The cheddar.
I thought
Also,
it came from Wisconsin.
well, they have some there, but it's not as good.
Oh, Wisconsin has the best cheese in the world. Trust me.
No, it's not better than Canadian cheddar.
I didn't know Canadians have cheddar. Yeah.
Where do you think people from Wisconsin got it from?
There they got.
They got it from the Canadians and the British. The British have it, and then the Canadians perfected it.
Just like if you look at some of the cheese.
I know one thing, y'all bacon sucks. Yeah, I don't like that ham. I don't.
They don't even eat that bacon. Only Americans eat that.
Yeah, bacon is good. Eat that with some grits and biscuits, eggs. Great.
Yeah.
You always
Yeah.
top it with butter.
Yeah, from Canada.
I like my grits a little watery, and then I put
Oh,
a bacon on it and
they have grits where you at? Oh,
Louisiana,
where
Texas.
you at?
I was in Texas and Louisiana. So I like my grits a little bit watery. I like to put some bacon on it and then put a couple of fried eggs.
Grits about as southern as it gets.
Sunny side up fried eggs.
I like mine scrambled.
Not with grits.
Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
That's just how I like to eat my grits.
Oh, I like mine scrambled.
No scrambled
Some
eggs.
people, some people like ketchup on their scrambled eggs.
No, I don't eat ketchup.
That's how Americans do it.
I like mayonnaise. I'm French.
That's cool.
I like mayonnaise like the French people do.
On your eggs?
No, well, yeah, hollandaise.
That's
I like
gross.
egg,
No, I don't know. I don't.
I like eggs Benedict,
That's very British of you.
isn't it? I love that. It's
I
also
like
very Northwest, like Seattle. If you go to restaurants in the Northwest, they make eggs Benny everywhere, and they love them, and they're delicious, and they make them with all kinds of different proteins, like smoked salmon, or you know, uh, avocado and asparagus with I don't know ham or something. Like really yummy stuff all together with these poached eggs and hollandaise sauce. It's
I know
delicious.
one thing. I like this. It's very French. Andouille sausage. Boudin.
Yeah, andouille is good. I don't eat boudin because there's too much carbs in there. They have all that rice in there. I don't eat it.
Yeah, it's great. Irija. Irija make the best boudin. Just kidding.
Yeah, I like if you add rice to the meat, I don't want to eat it. I can put meat on the rice, but if you add rice to the meat, I don't want to eat it.
I remember watching an episode of Duck Dynasty where they made sausage out of rat cheese. I mean, no. Rat meat, cheese, and they put jalapenos in it.
Mmm, yummy.
Sound gross. Rat meat? Yeah.
Love that rat. No, they're talking about NutraRat.
And one of the sausage, they made a little tube of sausage out of a fucking snake.
They're not talking about regular rats. They're talking about NutraRats, right?
Yeah, that's thing. Things look pretty gross too.
Yeah, they're big though. They're not like little.
But I tell you one thing, I don't believe Canada's known for making cheese. I don't know.
Yes, they are. Are you kidding me?
They known for two things: bears and maple syrup.
Cheddar cheese? You have no idea. Look it up. Google it.
I don't even put cheddar on protein.
But mac and cheese is cheddar cheese and it's Canadian. That's where it came from. They're not known for cheese. They're known for cheddar cheese.
They can never get the origin right on macaroni and cheese. I know that. Yeah.
I know it's Canadian.
Thomas Jefferson bought macaroni and cheese to the country from Italy. He's vacation in Italy and he bought it. Served it in the White House.
I just Googled Canadian cheddar versus American cheddar. Let's see what it says.
I know Canadian macaroni and cheese from Kraft is better. I mean, no, the American is better.
I never ate that when I was a kid. My mother made it.
Canadian near the Kraft dinner. That stuff. That stuff be dry.
We never ate that though. My mother made it from scratch. She made the sauce with the cheese and cooked the noodles separately and then baked it together. We never had processed cheese like American singles. Okay. What does Canadian cheddar taste like? This is what Google says. Canadian cheddar is matured for at least 4 years and comes with a pungent, earthy, sharp flavor. This type of cheese comes with a firm texture. Those who enjoy crumbly cheese choose the farmhouse traditional cheddar. It says why is there no good cheese in Canada?
I don't. Canada ain't known for making cheese.
Okay, let me look up mac and cheese now. I'm going to look up Canadian mac and cheese.
Type in macaroni cheese origin. That would hit the spot.
Oh,
Talking about.
this is so dumb because you know what? Kraft Dinner comes right up. That's the dumbest thing ever. It's like they don't even know what mac and cheese is. Okay. Okay, so mac and cheese, the Kraft kind, was
Yeah.
it came out in 1937.
Yeah, the Depression era.
Yeah. So I guess they had to figure out a way to use dried cheese because they dried all that cheese for the war, right?
Yeah.
They dried all that cheese for the war, and they had to figure out a way to use it when the war only lasted 4 years, and they had like 9 years worth of cheese left over. So now I'm going to say, who was the first to make mac and cheese? Okay, so it came from England originally, and it was invented in 1769.
What the?
In America, Thomas Jefferson didn't invent it, but he did help make the dish popular. So it came from England, and we had a lot of English people in Canada. I hope you know.
I know England took over Canada.
Yeah, I mean, we were.
They weren't strong like the Americans. We kicked their ass and dumped their tea into the harbor. that, that was true.
Right. It came from England originally,
The Americans badass, Uncle.
but
I know you're Mexican, but can't say the Americans are sissies.
what do you mean? What do you mean sissies? Though, what does that mean?
Can't say we're weak.
Are you going to bed? Lanky Chore is going to bed.
Oh, good night, Lanky. Good night, Lanky. Love you, too.
The government cheese that Lanky's talking about is more like plastic. It's not even like Velveeta.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan came up with that shit.
It was the worst thing ever. I wouldn't eat it.
I heard about that.
Have you ever had government cheese, Dory?
Yes, I have. It was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, she likes the commodity cheese.
But I didn't have it until I was a grown up. I was like in my 50s when I tried it, and I was like, "This is plastic. I'm not eating this." I love you too, Lanky. Lanky's like, for a long time there, I thought Lanky was like dissing me because I changed my name to I Found Dory, and then she's finally come around to talk to me again. She is really sweet.
Try Sargento.
Key.
Yeah, that's a good cheese, but also Tillamook, which is Canadian. You know, Tillamook
American.
cheddar.
Yeah.
That's Canadian.
Yeah,
Tillamook.
like I've heard American, well, yeah, Sargento.
Sargento is a fake Italian name for an American cheese, right?
But yeah, but they come from the best place, Lord, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know Winky's going through a lot. Like I do miss Winky, and I
Yeah,
hope
that's right.
she's doing well. Like she's not been in chat at all, so you know it has to be bad.
Oh man, I hope she's okay.
I'm really hoping she's okay too, because I haven't seen her in chat like at least for 3 weeks. Of course, I went missing myself for a couple of weeks there because I was like moving from Las Vegas to Southern California, and I didn't have Wi-Fi for a while. For me, that's very awkward not having Wi-Fi.
So, how's the heat in California?
Hot. It's too hot.
Yeah, it's
Did
hot.
you wanna get back to Canada, sticking in the snow?
No, I'm going to New Jersey.
Are you gonna move there?
Yeah.
Oh, you picked a nice place.
Yeah.
You go to Joe Pesci's house. That's where you live.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet a nice Italian guy.
There's I remember there was a time when you could say, if you were here in California, you say, I'm gonna move to maybe Texas or Arkansas. People would say, oh, why do you want to live there? Why about poor people like that? Blah, 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 blah. Because here in Southern California, people here like to show up and like to say, oh, we live in the best state. Oh, look at the people over there at the Midwest and East Coast.
Hollywood and fall down.
They're right there. Wait a second. I'm talking. They're
Don't interrupt Carlos.
They're getting. They're saying, look at how cold those people are over there, and look at how cool we live. Look at how we live here in Southern California.
They really say that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of bragsters in California.
Yeah.
California hot as fuck. It's dry.
Well,
that's no. Wait a minute.
California is not as hot as a lot of southern states. It's just hot.
It's desert.
This summer it's hotter than the whole country is hotter than normal this year.
No.
It gets hotter in the deserts in California.
Yeah. In the desert, it does get hotter. In the desert, it does get hotter.
But I'm not in the desert. I'm in Orange County.
Yeah.
I'm near the ocean.
You by Disneyland.
I'm not going to Disneyland. I've been there.
I prefer Disney World, which is in Florida.
I only movie once and an amusement park once. I've been to a lot of different amusement parks all over the world. I don't need to go to one twice. That's just how I am. Not that interested. Like it's fun for the day, but it's like when you go on vacation, don't you find you're tired when you get home? You just want to sleep.
Yeah.
Because going on vacation is a lot of work. You got to pack all your stuff. You got to organize it. You got to be all together. You got to figure it all out. Then you have to go and have fun. And by the time you get back, you're tired.
But it was worth it. You get to eat good food.
Oh, Lanky's gonna listen while we talk. She can't get enough of me. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, don't worry. Go to Florida. It's just where you go there and get a big turkey leg.
Oh no, they have turkey legs in Louisiana too.
Turkey, Florida.
What about them? Disney World got them good turkey legs.
Yeah,
if you go to the gas station in Louisiana, they sell those smoked turkey legs.
They like to sell shrimp po' boy and stuff like that.
Yeah, shrimp po' boys, smoked turkey legs.
I don't know about that.
Deep fried gizzards.
They like to sell that. Alligator meat and stuff.
I don't eat alligator because I don't eat chicken. I don't like the taste of chicken. I don't like the taste of alligator. I like fish. I like anything except for crawfish. I do not like crawfish.
There's nothing like some good old crawdads.
No, I do not like crawdads at all.
Well, I'll do it. So as I was saying, to each his own. I like ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing like some.
Most people
Good
do.
old crawdads,
Almost
fried
everybody likes
chicken.
them. I like the taste of fried chicken, but I can't have it. It makes me feel tired for days. I can't
Oh,
lift my head off the
he
pillow.
likes chicken fajitas.
I like beef fajitas.
I like beef bourguignon.
I like that too. I like
The French side of it.
I like any kind of beef. I like almost any kind of pork. I like turkey.
Try wagyu. Wagyu.
Yeah, that's beef.
Oh, you ever tried wagyu?
Yeah, stew. It's a stew, right?
No, that's beef. That's beef. That's the most expensive beef
Yeah,
I've
the
ever had.
wagyu. Yeah, it's like got a lot of fat in it.
I think Carl Levy didn't hear.
They massage the cows for their whole life. Every day they get a massage so that the fat is evenly distributed through their muscles.
Pay about $200 for one of them steaks. $100 for one of them
Yeah,
steaks.
I like it, but you know what? I also like chuck steak.
You don't get no better beef products in the world.
So, well, actually, Alberta beef is probably the best beef in the world.
No, wagyu is top.
But that's from
Everybody.
Japan. But if you're going to talk about just cows in general, Alberta beef is some of the best in the world.
Wagyu is the most expensive beef in the world.
Yeah, but that's because they massage the cows
They treat them well.
and they massage them. I met a bunch of sumo wrestlers once in Canada. They were in the casino gambling. Those guys are gigantic.
Well, they bigger than Andre the Giant. He was a French dude, yeah.
Those guys are huge.
This is Andre the Giant sound.
They're like,
Where's my daughter?
it would take like 10 of me to make one of them. That's how big they are. They're so big,
Me and Carl, it'll take about 5 of them.
right? I don't know. They're big. They're big. Maybe 6 of you. No.
Carl, I did ask you a question. You don't eat wagyu. Would you eat wagyu or what?
Oh yeah, I love beef. I love lamb. Lamb is really my favorite.
I like beef too.
I've eaten goat. I had curry goat, Jamaican
Me too.
style.
Goat too.
What else? Yeah, not like alligator meat. Don't have that where y'all at. They gotta be on the Gulf Coast for that.
Right, and I've had rattlesnake. Have you eaten that?
Hell no.
It tastes like alligator or
I
chicken.
hate snakes.
Same thing. It's the same thing, but I don't really like that taste.
They ain't the same thing. They may be reptiles, but they're not the same.
It tastes the same. I've tasted both of them. I've had rattlesnake and I've had alligator, and they taste the same.
Try some gator nuggets. Go to the bayous, Louisiana. They got gator nuggets and all that.
I've already had that. I don't like things that taste like chicken. I don't like chicken.
You like chicken, you just can't have it.
I don't like it that much. It's kind of boring. I'd rather eat some lamb or some beef or some pork.
If you had Colonel Sanders back in the old days, you love it.
I used to work at Colonel Sanders back in 1974. So don't even tell me how much I'd love it. I was allowed to eat chicken. I ate one piece of chicken a week. One piece a week when I could have had chicken every day. I just don't like chicken that much. And you know why I only ate it once a week? Hello?
Why?
Because that's the day the chicken came in, when it was fresh. I only ate it the first day, and then after that, I didn't eat it at all.
Did you ever eat the macaroni and cheese, or baked beans, or mashed potatoes?
I ate all that stuff. I ate all the sides every day. I could eat what I wanted every day.
Potato wedges.
I really like mashed potatoes. I like the gravy. KFC has really good gravy. I eat everything with gravy, though. Even the fried chicken, I ate it with the gravy. Is there some reason why I can't hear you guys, or what?
Oh, I'm here.
I was drinking. Sorry.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, I was when I worked at KFC, I was 17, and it was 1973. So I know the old school, and we had pressure cookers to cook the chicken in. The fryers were pressure cookers, and I can tell you they cooked the chicken exactly 17 minutes.
Yeah, those pressure cookers, you really have to watch them. If you leave those unattended, I mean, boom.
Yeah, they're dangerous machinery, but honestly, we had really good chicken in our store.
Yeah, because I was telling you this because there's a story that happened in this restaurant where my mom used to work years and years ago. Some guys that were cooking tamales and they put them in a pressure cooker, and they forgot to. I think they forgot to turn off the pot or something. I don't know what happened, but they just let it go.
And it exploded.
Yeah. Oh.
Of course it did. Especially the old school pressure cookers. You see, what they would have to do with these deep fryer pressure cookers, they'd have to put them on the timer for 17 minutes exactly. And then they would release all the steam, and then they'd open them up. And those cooks were always trying to get me to eat chicken. I'm like, nope. Ever since you told me what day the chicken arrived, that's the only day I'm eating. I just couldn't. Because they don't freeze the chicken; they just put it in the cooler. And I'm like, no, I'm not eating week-old chicken.
Yeah, fresh chicken is the best.
Yeah, so I'd only eat it fresh. And it was only
You had it back when Colonel Recipe lost or whatever. So you lucky.
Nobody knew the recipe back then. It was a big deal. But I really like their gravy. They had really good chicken gravy for the French fries. That's mostly what I ate was French fries and gravy. I love gravy so much. Gravy, I could live like gravy and potatoes is the best thing for me.
Macaroni and cheese is the best thing.
The other thing I like Mexican food too. I like chili relleno. I like not the fajitas, but burritos. I like burritos with no rice. I don't like rice in my beans. Just give me some beef, some green peppers, and some pinto beans, and put them in a burrito, and I'm good with guacamole and sour cream and lettuce. Delicious.
I never really liked Latina food. I always liked it Cajun Creole food. 'Cause that's where
I like that too. Like my
that was
friend.
always up my element. All the other stuff was just nah.
So my friend, like after Katrina, a lot of people were staying in motels and stuff. So my friend was in this motel, and he's like, "Do you want to come by and taste some of my cooking?" He said, "I have a slow cooker in my hotel," and he made what do you call it? Andouille sausage and turkey necks, jambalaya, in his slow cooker. Oh my god, it's so good.
And I like some good old jambalaya.
Yeah, it was so good.
I don't like shrimp in it, but sausage is good.
No, it just had turkey necks and andouille sausage.
That's good. That's great.
And I caught myself. I used to go down the road from where I was. I used to go down and catch those blue crabs. So I made my own. What do you call it? What do you call it? That soup they make down there.
What do you call? Wait, what you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You know where they use the what they use the roux and they make a soup.
Yeah,
What's that called?
what, gumbo.
Yeah. So I made a whole bunch of crab gumbo. Oh my god, it's so delicious. I'm a good cook. You have no idea. I can cook Cajun. I can cook Southern California. I can cook Southern Texas. I can cook Canadian. I can cook.
Y'all got that one dish: French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. I don't.
I can cook Italian. I can cook.
Yeah, Italian was always up my element too.
That's Italian is
Yeah,
great food. Really great.
that yeah, I love Italian food. Speaking, you know,
And you know, I miss the old school Italian.
ziti, pizza, spaghetti and meatballs.
I really miss the old school Italian restaurants because I used to live in Ontario back in the 70s, and we used to go to these Italian restaurants, and they'd like serve pizza pies, and they'd have like
It was just,
so much cheese. It was so thick, and then they would just throw in a bunch of olives or something on top, and it was just like, so yummy. Like
braziola, that was good stuff.
yeah,
Bucatini.
all that stuff. It was so good.
Carls don't know you don't know about all that.
No,
Yeah.
they eat tomatoes.
You don't know about all that.
They eat tomatoes and cheese in Mexico. They do.
Yeah, they eat salsa. The Italians, they like that red gravy.
Yeah.
I really like salsa though too. And
That's
I
the
like
difference.
guacamole. I love guacamole.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
It's so good.
I like potatoes.
I love potatoes too.
Potato O'Brien.
See, my relatives, like my heritage, I'm Russian and Icelandic. And the Russians, the potato is their green vegetable. You know that, right? They make
Well,
everything
yeah.
potatoes. They like make vodka and they make everything. They make dumplings out of potatoes. Like nobody else
You know,
but Russian would make a noodle with a potatoes, a noodle stuffed with potatoes. Only a Russian person would do that. You know? Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah. Back, Coach, he's black and, part Indian, part French.
have you done your 23andMe? Are you sure?
They like the French like to do. They like to put cheese on their potatoes.
Sure.
Yeah, like the.
You know, I've been to France. I know what they like in France.
Well, cheese. So.
Yeah.
Gary's here.
Hey, what's up, Gary?
Does Gary ever put on panels?
No. Well,
Hey, Dory.
What?
I'll wait till after you stop talking. Huh? You got something to say?
Well, no, he usually doesn't come up there. But he's one of the nicest people you're gonna meet here on YouTube.
So my great grandpa, he was Cajun French, and my grandma on my mother's side, she was home Indian. That's a great mix up right there, Dory.
So who are the black people in your family?
Huh?
What side are the black people from? Are you black or no?
Yeah. Hey, look at my picture.
I'm teasing you.
But that was the other. The
Let me,
rest all the rest
I
is
picture,
they're
do I
black.
talk to you? Let me
All
show
the
you.
rest of the family black. Yeah.
Am I black?
No, me.
But look, I have the bone structure for a black person.
I don't know about that. No.
That's what my doctor told me. He looked at me and goes, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I go, what's that? And he said, well, it's something that only black people have, this type of
Uh,
bone structure. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Black people have any sort of bone structure. I don't know about that.
Right. So he was like, no, well, I was in Canada and he was Jewish and he told me that I have black bone structure.
They don't have a lot of them up there. Huh?
We don't have a lot of Jewish people, no.
They don't have a lot of colors up there.
Oh, yes, we have a lot of Jamaicans, people from Trinidad. We don't have a lot of people from Africa, you know. We have people that came to the islands before they got to America. You know, a lot of the black people that they were bringing to America, they dropped them off in Jamaica and all these different Trinidad and all these Caribbean countries before they got to America, right? So that's a lot of our black population, but not on the West Coast. I didn't really see very many black people until I got much older. But in the East Coast, yeah, there's lots. Yeah, did you
Well,
ever
there
hear of
was
the
a
underground?
few of them.
Did you ever hear of the Underground Railroad?
Yeah, who
Well,
hasn't? You know, Harry
yeah, well,
Tubman.
that's where they went. They went to Canada,
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
right? So think about that for a minute.
Yeah, we gonna escape from slave. We ain't picking no Wakanda. We gonna get under here. We gonna head to Canada up north.
And they did.
Out there, Carl knows about it. He's like, he's like, what are we talking about?
So why are you so shy, Harry? What makes you so shy?
He's like, we talking about a whole nother race of people we never heard of.
Right. I've heard of everybody. We got a real mix of people here. We've got like this Nord. I'm like a Viking, right? A Bolshevik Viking. We've got Cajun, French, black, whatever.
And them Cajuns say we left Acadia, so they said we in Louisiana now. You know,
Right? I don't blame you. You got better food down there, but like we talked about the food and the food. Some of the
Nova
food that
Scotia, New Brunswick, we the hell with y'all.
right, Nova Scotia is where most of the Underground Railroad blacks went. Was Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island. There's a town in Cape Breton Island that is only black. No white people go in there.
What about Newfoundland?
That's Newfoundland.
Yeah, Newfoundland.
They say when a person from Quebec moves to Newfoundland, it reduces the population, reduces the IQ of both states. Sorry. It reduces the IQ of both provinces. Can understand. Oh my God. I haven't told that joke since the 70s. That's so funny. They say that if a person from Quebec moves to Newfoundland, it reduces the IQ of both provinces. Do you get the joke or no?
Yeah, I get it.
So the reason why I think it's so funny right now is because that I don't know. Have you guys listened to that lady Joanne Born to Sparkle?
Well, yeah.
And she just like lost her. I don't know. She used to be such a normal lady, and all of a sudden she's like turned into some kind of crazy person that nobody can even understand what she's talking about.
Yeah. Well, I remember I first met her at during with Bob
She seemed really normal like 4 years ago, but now she's kind of lost her like whatever. And she's French
Uh,
Canadian. But like there's also Natalie who's French Canadian, and I would never say that about her. Natalie's awesome lady, French Canadian lady. So like what it's just an old joke that I thought of Joanne when I heard that joke, because everybody always says people from Newfoundland are not the smart ones. They're not the smartest Canadians, right? But they say if you're French Canadian and you move to Newfoundland and you reduce the IQ of both provinces.
Yeah.
It's a terrible joke. It's very racist, like that's
yeah.
as racist as you can be.
Yeah. I completely forgot about the Underground Railroad until you brought it up. Completely forgot about it.
Well, I'm old, so I remember it. I was like on that raft on
Those-
Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
They usually went to places like Philadelphia.
They always have weekends.
Yeah, well, a lot of people weren't so fortunate, and they had to go to Canada.
Yeah, they're like, you still in the country, we can still get you.
Well, there's always jokes about.
Well, like some of those people did not trust Americans at all, and that's why they went to Canada. They didn't go there just because they had to. They went there because they didn't trust Americans. They wanted to be as far away from America. Can you imagine a country imports people? Like, who does that? Nobody. Nobody does that. That's insane. So why would you want to stay in that country?
Yeah, they imported them from Africa.
Right.
Damn
Like,
shame.
how insane is that? Like,
Damn shame. I don't think Carl knows about it.
Jesus, like what? It's American. Some of the Americans that I don't know how they got here, but
They invaded here. That's why.
But they're worse than the Australians. That
England was one of them. Spain was one of them. France was one of them.
Think about
Germany.
Colt, I'm trying to get you to think here. Think about it.
But,
they sent all the convicts to Australia, and they are like trying to invade us through the internet now. Have you noticed that?
yeah.
All these Australians trying to be Americans.
But think of it, Dory. Before all this, the country was full of redskins.
Full of what?
Redskins.
You mean First Nations?
Indian, Native Americans.
They call them First Nations in Canada.
Well, we're in the States. We call them Indians.
You understand? I have the bone structure of all of that, even though I'm white.
I know.
I'm only white because I'm a direct descendant of Eric the Red, which is the whitest person on the planet ever. You've heard of him, right?
I think the Irish people are the whitest.
No, Leif Erikson. He's the one that discovered America 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
He's a Viking, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a direct descendant.
I don't think you could discover a land that somebody's been on already. I don't know.
Actually, there's a movie about that with
because the Indians been here thousands of years.
And,
right, but they came from the north, and they came through Russia and Mongolia. Yeah. These people are native to nothing. They're just travelers.
And you know, there's a movie that was about that.
They're all travelers, right? Like that's how we all got intermingled like this, is because we all traveled.
Dory, there was a movie in the 70s about that.
In the 70s, really?
Yes, it's called The Northman. It has Lee Majors, guy.
There's something wrong with your mic. I can barely hear you.
Okay, let me see. Okay, there's a guy. There's the guy who plays in that movie is Lee Majors from the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, I remember him.
Cornel Wilde, an old actor.
What was the name of the movie? I couldn't hear you.
The Northman.
Oh, The Northman? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's about, and not only that, they also brought in, black Norsemen with them. People, some of them.
Do you know that Iceland, which is where my father's side of the family came from, didn't even allow any immigration into their country until like, I don't know, 20 years ago at all. None. They didn't allow it. No immigration.
So, are there any even people in Iceland? That seems like a dead ass land. Yeah.
You should look it up. Iceland is actually full of a lot of very intelligent people. That's why I'm so smart, because I'm half Icelandic.
And I'm so smart because I bought French.
That's exactly. And you're an asshole because you're French. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
That's why we have good taste in food.
Right.
French.
But my mother, my grandmother on that side, she was English French. So I do have French blood in me, actual French blood from France, not from Canada. And then I have the Russian side too. So I have all of the things. But
You're a pure mutt gun girl.
But I'm very white looking because of Eric the Red, who is Leif Erikson.
Well,
that's
all those
why I look
ethnics,
so white. That's why I look so white.
all those ethnics are not different colors, so you're entirely white.
Wait a minute.
White, French, Iceland, that's
Russian.
yeah.
But why do I look Mongolian? Why am I not Asian?
You Mongolian?
Well, Russians are Mongolians.
I don't know about them. I don't know.
Let me put it to you this way. Because Iceland is where it is, where the location is. It's like the northern Atlantic, right? It's near places like Mongolia. The original native Icelanders were not fair skinned. They had dark hair. They looked like native Indians, like all the First Nations people in North America. They all looked like native Indians. Then Leif Erikson came along and his crew just like plundered the villages, took all the women, had sex with them, had millions of children, and that's where all the light-skinned Icelanders came from. But I happen to have the bone structure. I'm like a throwback. I have the bone structure of the native.
You know, there's also a legend in Mexico in a bay called Guaymas. It's actually a place called San Carlos, as a matter of fact. There's a legend that the Vikings landed there. I mean, it's not historical accurate.
Listen. Gary just said Iceland is full of volcanoes. But everybody knows that now because there's like all of a sudden all the volcanoes in Iceland are erupting the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So now everybody knows that Iceland is a volcano. Like it's an island. It's like Hawaii is a volcano. Anywhere in Hawaii, any island in Hawaii is a volcano. They're not actual islands. They're volcanoes. Right?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of island formations come from, is volcanic activity from under the sea, right?
Yeah.
So, Carl, what's he doing?
I'm right here.
Carl.
Carl.
He's busy right now.
No, he's muted.
He actually listens. I like Carl. He's like Colt. Yeah. He's got he has, you're actually a fairly rational person. It's not often that you meet rational people on YouTube, especially.
Thank you very much.
It is.
You are the first person to ever tell me that.
Are you kidding me?
Everybody else think I'm like Don Rickles.
Well, who said he wasn't rational, though?
He was very insulting.
But he was rational in his own mind. I mean, these were his beliefs. He really believed he was funny too. My dad thought he was hilarious. And I was like, Dad, are you kidding me? He's like, oh,
Anybody could be that sort of funny where you could just crack at people. Everybody can do
right,
that.
right. And you see, my dad thought he was really funny because he looked funny. He didn't think about what he was saying.
Yeah, I know he was always an ugly dude.
He had that funny, weird look about him, and that's why everybody thought he was funny because he was not an ordinary looking person.
Probably the same with Dangerfield. They called him Bug-Eyed.
Right. He had the big eyes.
Yeah.
The
And
big blue eyes.
And he would say something like, "Take my wife, please."
Yeah.
You know.
He insults himself. That was not that, and not a lot of people will do that.
Yeah.
You don't.
But you see, you have to understand that somebody like Rodney Dangerfield is like stature-wise twice as big as Rodney or whatever the guy, the other guy.
Who, Don Rickles? He was just as big as him.
No, he was huge.
Oh.
Rodney Dangerfield was like thick and tall.
Oh, Jonathan Winters.
Rodney Dangerfield's like 5'10", and he's not really big.
He was thick, like he wasn't a skinny guy. Like
he had skinny arms, skinny legs, and he had a little belly.
He wasn't that skinny. He was average.
No, he wasn't. Because you have to remember, back in the 50s, a lot of people were skinny because they were still recovering from the Great Depression. And there wasn't a lot of food around still, even then. So anybody that was thick like that was born that way. He was a big guy for the time back in the day.
Carroll O'Connor was a big guy too. Yeah.
He was fat. That's different.
Well, he wasn't really fat. He looked.
He was fat with a little head, but he was a cool guy.
He just had a belly on him.
His wife was black, right?
No, that was on a show. His wife in real life was white. Yeah?
No, Carroll O'Connor was married to a black woman.
No, he wasn't. He married to Nancy O'Connor.
No, he was married to a black lady.
That was in the Heat of Night.
It was Carroll O'Connor. People were shocked to find that out. Did not talk about it ever.
That was in the Heat of Night. That show. That was acting.
No.
Yeah, John Candy, great comic.
John Candy was Canadian. Yeah. I knew John Candy's brother, Jim Candy.
Are you saying he married a black woman in real life?
In real life, Carroll O'Connor was married to a black woman in real life. People were shocked to find out.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
But he wasn't like in real life.
Look it up, and you can.
It was on that show in the Heat of Night. You married
No. In real life, he was married.
No, in real life, he was married to a woman named Nancy O'Connor. She was white as hell. And tall as fuck, too. Yeah. And they were married for a long time. You can look it up, Dory. I know about Archie. I watch him all the time. Well, a lot of times.
Well, I used to watch that show.
I always wonder, why did they put Apollo on that show? Like towards the last seasons.
What?
You know what? It must have been his second wife then, because you're right about that. Nancy O'Connor, or like Nancy Fields is a white lady. So he must have had a second wife.
Oh, at the last season of Heat of Night, they put Apollo Creed on there. Try to replace Tibbs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was on in the Heat of the Night. Yeah, Carl Weathers, yeah.
His son died at the end of that show.
Yeah,
MJ killed himself.
Yeah.
Hugh O'Connor. He wasn't either. He was Italian. He was born in
In the Heat of the Night was a good show, but they had it was the young cop. He died of an overdose. He was an addict.
Yeah, that was his brother. That was Carroll O'Connor's son in real life.
He killed himself.
Well, he died of a drug overdose, and I have a son that died of a they said accidental overdose, but he was mentally ill. So sometimes an overdose can be accidental or it can be deliberate, but it's hard to say, if you know what I mean. Like, I think that, yeah, people that are like seriously addicted to these drugs, yes. A lot of times the accidental overdoses are really not accidental. Like when they say there was an accidental overdose due to like fentanyl or some other drug being in whatever they were taking that caused the death, that's one thing. But when it's just a regular thing that happens like once a month or twice a month and then they suddenly die, it could be self-inflicted. It may or may not be. It's hard to say in any of those cases, whether it's deliberate or not.
Oh yes, Sylvester Stallone's son. Yeah, one of them died a couple about 10 years ago.
What was his name? Wasn't it Shaw? What was his name? Stallone, his kid, Sky or something.
Something like that. Yeah, he passed away.
Sage, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget what his name. Yeah, but yeah, like when people die of ODs, it's hard to say whether it was self-inflicted or accidental. And they're in general, they always say accidental overdose, but it could be deliberate. It's so difficult to know.
Hey, Dory, I wanted to show you something.
What?
Got your camera. I mean, you got your phone here.
My what?
You got your phone, huh? With you?
I have a phone. Yeah. Why? I'm
You
on my
see?
computer.
Not me.
Go back. I didn't see that. I was just looking at my phone when you said that. When you flashed that on. Do it again.
You see? All right, look.
No
What I'm
wonder.
drinking.
Oh, okay. Dr. Pepper. And then that was your picture, right?
Yeah.
Is that cherry Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, look. It's classic. Yeah, cherry
So
vanilla.
do you not usually go
Oh,
on camera? Do you not usually go on camera? What's the deal with that?
Sometimes.
Oh, you do? See, I don't mind going on camera. You know, like I'm old, I know that. But, you know, like a lot of people make a big deal of how they look. And I just think when I look at some of the channels where people are popular, a lot of the times
Right.
they don't necessarily have to be the best looking people, but they're on camera because it's more interesting for people watching to see the live person's face, no matter if it's a good looking person or not. It's still going to be more popular, don't you think?
Yeah, look at Don Rickles. He was ugly as shit.
Right, and everybody watched them anyway. Nobody cared.
Mhm.
Oh, I saw him on Dennis the Menace. I'm like, God, that's one funny looking dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
You know who I thought was funny was that guy on Andy of Mayberry,
ooh,
Don
Don Knotts,
Don
No,
Knotts.
no.
Don
Don
Knotts.
Knotts. Yeah.
Bonnie Fife. We're going to nip it in the
I
butt.
think it's so funny though. He really was because he was so skinny.
Andy Griffin had quite a hairstyle on that show. Huh?
Oh yeah, he was like Antonio Banderas of the white people.
No, he had quite a hairstyle. He had
Yeah,
that curly hair.
I know, right? And it was white though. His hair was white as a young guy.
No, his hair was brown. As an old guy, his hair was white.
Oh well, see, I had black and white TV, so it looked.
When he did Matlock, that's when his hair turned white. He was old.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, you know about Matlock, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm old. I'm really old. I'm not as old as these guys were talking about, but I'm old. I'm old enough.
Yeah, you born in 1946, huh?
56,
Yeah, oh yeah, 56.
46.
Carl was born in 1956 as well.
No, he wasn't. He's younger than me.
Goat was born in 2000.
You're like 29?
22.
22. Okay.
Yeah, that's real young.
My math is not that good.
They always say Coach like the baby on here.
I really feel like I'm the real grandma of everybody over here. There's only a couple people older than me that even,
Yeah, you could be making cookies and stuff. Yeah.
right? Like there's only a couple people like Mr. Vlogger, I think, is older than me. Just a little bit though, not much. And he might
Carl,
be,
you still here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've seen him around. He did those
Vlogger?
puppet shows. He did
Yeah,
some really
he's
funny
younger.
puppet shows. He did a puppet of Irish Marie that cracked me up so hard I was like, I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, he's here. I mean, the blogger. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, he's around. Yeah.
He started like trolling Molly Golightly with his puppets.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah,
Pretty funny actually.
yeah, yeah. He's a founder of Boy too.
But I haven't really watched him lately.
Yeah,
But his puppet of Irish Marie cracked me up so hard I couldn't even tell you how funny I thought that was.
yeah.
Because Irish Marie was so mean. She came on so mean to everybody, and then he did this
This
puppet.
is the picture of the day, Dory.
Who is that?
That's some Cajun fiddler.
I don't even know who that is.
His name's Doug Kershaw.
Okay, I've heard the name.
He did the song. He did that song "Diggy Diggy Low."
Okay.
He didn't learn how to speak French till he was 8. I mean English till he was 8 years old.
When I was living down in Cajun land, I was in Orange, Texas. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That's not Cajun land.
Well, there's a lot of Cajuns there living in Orange, and the people from Louisiana,
Where?
they say Orange. They don't say Orange. It's the city of Orange in Texas.
They don't be around there. They be in like Lafayette, Louisiana, Eunice.
Yeah, and it's on the Sabine River, and the people from Louisiana say Orange. They don't say Orange. They say Orange.
I said Orange.
I know, but you're not from across the river, from that part of Louisiana. So, anyway, my next door neighbor across the street went to school with Buddy Holly. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, he's one of the original rockers.
Right. And he married his cousin when she was like 13 years old or something.
Oh, that's Jerry Lee
That's
Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Right. That's what I meant to say. It was Jerry Lee Lewis.
You way off.
He is the old guy. Like my neighbor.
That's my favorite rocker right there, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
The Great Balls of Fire.
Right. Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire. But yeah, he went to school with him and he was like so proud of that. And I was like, that's your claim to fame, is that you went to school with, what was his name? Jerry Lee
Lewis.
So,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
So yeah.
What's his claim to fame again?
I'm just saying that my neighbor across the street went to school with him. He was an old guy. He was older than me by like 20 years. Right?
Yeah, Jerry Lee was born in about 1935. Yeah.
Right. They were like super old. So we call him.
He'll be 87 next month.
Right. So he's like 20 years older than me. That's what I thought.
Yeah, 21, huh?
And he married his 13-year-old cousin. Like who does?
Yeah, third cousin. Well, a lot of Southerners do stuff like that.
But it wasn't so bad that she was a cousin. It was that she was 13.
Well, I always went out with a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, but he didn't date her until she was 18. He just moved her into his house.
No, they just had a secret affair and they didn't go public with it.
Well, he kept her away from other men until she
he kept it secret.
Right, but he moved her into his house so that other men could not damage the goods, shall we say. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of the men would mess around with them young girls back then.
Right. Even in Canada, like if you were from Nova Scotia, you got married when you were 14 or 15.
Loretta Lynn got messed around when she was 13.
And when I was, my grandmother, she got married, she was 14. You know, like it happened a lot back in the day. But it just seems so silly, you know? Like, why do these guys have to like marry? And then the marriages never work out ever. Even my aunt married
Yeah.
at 15, and
You know, they made a movie about Jerry Lee back in '89 called Great Balls of Fire, and it was all based on from his third wife, his third cousin,
right. His
from
first
her,
wife, that was his first wife.
and he didn't really agree on that, so he got them to work on that movie. He was working with them on that movie. Did all the soundtracks.
Right.
So wherever you hear Dennis Quaid play, that was really Jerry Lee Lewis. He was dubbed over.
Oh, but you know what? I love Dennis Quaid. He's a good actor.
It was different from Ray Charles. Jamie Foxx sounded just like him.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, Jamie Foxx is one of my favorite. Um, what's that song?
It's funny. I didn't even know it's like Dennis Quaid. He went from Ronald Reagan to Jerry Lee Lewis. He played both of them.
Right.
I think he was better off playing Jerry Lee.
So I was thinking of Jamie Foxx did that. What was the name of that? Was it a Ray Charles song? Did he do Ray Charles?
What was it?
Ray Charles. Was
What
it
song was it?
Jamie? It was They call it. I don't know the name of it. It was. They say she's a gold digger. I know a woman. She's good to me.
I got a woman.
They
Hey, hello,
call her a
brother.
gold
Thanks for
digger.
dropping by.
Yeah, we're still awake, Clanky. We're talking about Jamie Foxx and his music right now. We're confused.
Are you talking about it?
I am.
Jamie
And I was
Foxx.
just listening.
Right.
Yeah, you know what that is, huh, Cole?
Here, I'll play it. Just Carlito.
Yeah.
Can I play something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, just so I don't be copyrighted.
Well, he can. I'll talk over it so it doesn't get copyrighted. But Jamie Foxx did it.
Oh, you still here?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Jamie Foxx.
Oh man.
That's I didn't want to put the N-word in there because that was Kanye West.
Okay.
Cut him off before he said it. F with a broke N. I'm just saying. That was Kanye West, but Jamie Foxx sings this song.
Well, you shook all up.
You never heard that song before? It's like one of my favorite
Oh,
songs.
never heard that before.
It's one of my, look up Jamie Foxx Gold Digger.
Well, you never listen to Ray Charles, Uncle.
Well, it comes from a Ray Charles song. He doesn't actually say the words gold digger in the Ray. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go to the Ray Charles song now.
Yeah, I Got a Woman. That's the name of it.
I Got a Woman, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
She's good to me. That's the Ray Charles song, but that's where the gold digger song came from. The original music and the beat and everything is from Ray Charles. lot of people don't know that, but I remember Ray Charles from when I was
A lot of people.
well, yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Huh.
They just think because they're younger than me. Like I remember Ray Charles from when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people wouldn't know if he said Ray Charles that he was blind. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
know that. They just think of Stevie Wonder.
Everybody know that actually. Damn. Everybody, you can't know Ray Charles without knowing he's blind.
No, but young people nowadays wouldn't know that because they never heard of him.
Some they know of him, BB King. You know.
They would know of maybe Stevie Wonder was blind, but they wouldn't know Ray Charles was blind. They would.
I can't advocate for Stevie Wonder because I never liked soul music or R&B. Like
Right.
that.
It's a different style, right? It's
I like blues, like that's what Ray Charles did. They did rock, blues.
I love Ray Charles music. He's so.
What
good.
about BB King?
Yeah, I like BB King, but I like Howlin' Wolf better.
BB King played the hell out of a guitar.
Yeah, Lucille.
That guy did that song, "Boom Boom," John Lee Hooker. That was a great dude.
Yeah, that was good too.
Muddy Waters.
That's right. That's the South for you. See, like a lot of people don't. A lot of the Cajun music, Southern music, was played in Canada because their relatives were all up there, so they'd hear the music from their relatives.
I don't know about that.
You don't know?
I don't think they got relatives in Canada.
They do. That's where they came from, dude.
Who?
All the Cajuns.
No.
All the French Creole. They're all Canadians.
Well, they went down south. And
They came from Canada.
They got accustomed to it.
Canada. They came down from Canada, though. They have relatives.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't know. They got accustomed to the southern stuff, the fiddle and all that.
That's right.
I don't know. They got the accordion from the Creoles.
You know, accordion came from Mexico.
Not really. It came from like Germany or whatever.
Oh, the polka?
Mexican didn't even have an accordion. I mean, but accordion comes complete like that. Came from Germany. They got them in France. Yeah. In France, you could play La Vie en Rose on an accordion.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to end this thing right now. I gotta go to sleep.
Carl's ready to go to bed. All right. Good night, Carlos.
All right, Carl, you ending it?
Yeah, man. I gotta go. All right.
See you later, guys.
tomorrow, okay?
Bye.
Thanks for coming back.